part 6 of our Reliance House video series, Accreditation. In this video, we will hear from staff at Reliance House regarding our CARF accreditation. Let's hear first from Chief Executive Officer David Burnett on what CARF accreditation means to him.
We were one of the first CARF accredited agencies in the state. In roughly 87 or 88. All agencies in the state receiving vocational services were directed by the state of Connecticut, Department of Mental Health, to get CARF accreditation. After that directive went out, the guy who was responsible for it, his name was Baruch Gould, left the Connecticut Department of Mental Health, and very few agencies in the state continued to move forward with their CARF accreditation processes. We chose to, and I'm really not sure why, we just chose to stay with it, even though it was no longer required. As a result, we have today 8 or 9 very good accreditation processes, and we're well respected in that process. And we've always gotten a full 3-year accreditation, and we've always done very well. And in the exchange between the agency and the accreditors, there's always a growth process. It's always been very helpful, and just getting ready for an accreditation process pushes us to the next level, and it's been a nice experience.
Well, it allows us to be acknowledged by the public, by our peers, saying that we give a quality of care or quality of services. And some agencies may not be under the guidelines. It's a voluntary, as far as I know, I believe it's a voluntary accreditation, but it'll make sure that your charts are great, the programs that you offer are beneficial, the staff are qualified, and that the product that we give is beyond reproach. So having their blessing is just more gravy, you know. It's a wonderful feather in our cap, because it says to the public that we're doing a great job. So.
Most of our programs are accredited. I believe our ISP programs are not yet, do not yet have to go through CARF, and there may be 1 or 2 others. But the CARF accreditation are standards that are set, that we try to honor and to go by, and these standards help both us as staff and the members. When CARF comes to do their accreditation, they come and they offer us supports and suggestions on how we can do our jobs better. They're really not to be seen as a negative, like, gee, they're coming and they're, you know, it's very scary, and because we really should be doing 99% of these things as we go along anyway, unless something new comes up that they're going to use as a teachable moment and teach us, you know, how to introduce, you know, this particular thing, or if they see that, gee, maybe you could use a little work more in this area, whether it's writing policies or you know, a medication program or whatever. They really give good sound advice. These are people that actually work in the fields themselves or have, and they do this largely on volunteer work. I think they might get stipends for it, but I think they volunteer to be sent all over the country to make sure that these CARF standards are being met. And they, again, are due to respect following program policies, having the right policies in place, making sure you're following your HIPAA laws. How do you engage with your members? How do you offer them privacy and confidentiality within their programs? For instance, if they want a visitor over, how do we take care of that? How do we make sure that that's done, you know, confidentially? How do they have private space to visit in? How do I supervise privately? Do I keep supervision notes? Do we keep minutes on all of our meetings? Do we have agendas for our meetings? Our trainings, what do we have for staff trainings? it really encompasses a whole good, solid look at the agency. At least I'm speaking for me. Hopefully, everybody would agree that supervises me, or I'm in deep trouble. Not really kidding. I see them as a tool in which to model ourselves by, and to ask for help, and to be very forthcoming and honest with them about our opinions and how everything's going. I think within that realm, the agency is great also about providing surveys to see how we're doing, so that we can, before, say, CARF comes, we kind of are already on top of like where we might be falling short, or be able to improve. So we're constantly kind of evaluating ourselves as an agency.
Actually, when I came in, we had just finished one CARF accreditation, and then we moved on to the second. And when we had our, I don't know what they called the people that came out, I guess, evaluation, the lady who came out to do it was a nurse from North Carolina. My daughter happens to live there. And it was really interesting to find out that we are doing well, and that she was happy. Of course, we just kind of like, and we always get that CARF accreditation, but she's always, it was really a positive experience for us, because we're thinking, what else could we do? And she says, it's really good. Other than the space, we do need more space, But, you always got dynamics within people that have problems, or people who are in their recovery that aren't always well. But it's amazing how when you're going to have an accreditation, you tell everybody, this accreditation will give us more funds, will help our agency, member staff, everybody just pull together, and it was just a beautiful thing.